Sometimes we travel because we want to know how people in other parts of the world live their life. Today with Travelogue, we come to southeastern part of Guizhou. Here in the mountains, you find plenty of little, beautiful, quiet villages. And many ethnic groups like the Dong, the Miao, the Shui live here. Because of all these mountains, they have been kind of isolated from outside world for years. And that's also why they have maintained their long-standing tradition and unique customs. Join Travelogue for a journey into the splendid southeastern Guizhou. Guizhou is an anthropologist's paradise. Hidden in the rolling mountains are more than 20 different ethnic groups, all retaining their long-held ways of life. Many of them moved over to this rugged part of China a long, long time ago, so their traditions are exceptionally old. But as modernity gradually finds its own way over the mountains, all the old ways and beliefs are being challenged and gradually changed. Nevertheless, people are still holding on to their traditions. It's hard to judge the progress of history, but all I can say is that if you want to meet these people and see how they've lived for millennia, you've got to move fast. To get to Guizhou, you can take a flight from any major city in China to Guiyang, the provincial capital. We will visit 3 special villages, Kongshen, Biasha, and Yintan. They all sit on the southeastern tip of the province, along Rongjiang and Congjiang counties. I went with my friend Xiaohe to Kongshen, a little Miao village 5 hours drive north from Rongjiang County Center. After drinking traditional Miao block-the-road rice wine, we were ushered into the village. Walking through patches of rice field into the little village among the Kongshen girls, we can sense their excitement about having some visitors from a long way away. Xiaohe had once spent 2 years here in this village. An important part of the welcoming ceremony is the Cai Tang Wu, or dance at the court. It is performed at the village's small central plaza. The Miaos at the Kongshen village are also called short skirt Miao, as the women's skirts are remarkably short. One explanation is that back in the remote past, their ancestors used to cover themselves with banana leaves. Later, when people learned to spin and weave and life became better, but they made a point of dressing in the same style as a reminder of the hardships they've been through. The gesture reminds me of the Thanksgiving tradition of eating turkey in the United States. As distinctive as the outfits are, you can't buy them anywhere. All the women in the village make their own, and it usually takes a few stages to get the final product. One important step is to winkle the cloth and then starch it, so that the layers are stiff and jut out. The skirt is also a reflection of family status. The number of layers indicates the family's fortune, just like the amount of silver they wear. Wow. As its name suggests, the skirt is just about 18 centimeters long, and layers upon layers are piled up. Wow. It's low waist, like 2 ballet costumes. Wow, very stylish. Okay, this is like cover up. It's a safety measure. An apron completes the final picture. Okay, so I have this, also when all handmade and embroidered.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
Do you know in the Miao village, they have a customs.
Uh-huh.
We say gentleman first, not lady first. Do you know why?
Gentlemen first.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
I see.
because when the lady will climb to the mountain, so he have to turn to behind.
Oh,
So
like this.
yeah,
Okay. So when I climb the mountain,
uh-huh.
I'll climb the ladder like this.
yeah,
It's safe.
yeah.
I see.
So you have to turn around.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, while the skirts remembers the primeval history, the apron takes care of civilized concerns. Each spring, the short-skirt Miao people have a special event called the Straw Man Festival. Young men put up scarecrows called straw men up on top of the high mountains where other villages can see. This is the cue for people to gather on top of the mountain to have some fun, mostly by singing in a group. This is the time young men and women get to know each other better and find a date.
How would a girl know that a boy would want her to be his date after seeing like this?
After seeing, the boy will look for his lover. When a girl likes the boy also, then we'll go to the other place and leave the group to the other place. Then we'll sing to each other. Yes, we'll express the love. So after they sing, if they like each other, so the boy will give some gift to the girls.
Married or not, everyone is allowed to attend the party. Different generations break up into their own groups. For the prosperity of the community, a girl couldn't marry any young man from her own village in the old times. Around this time, when the straw men are put on top of the mountain, she's able to meet somebody and spend time with him. The old rules have broken up many lovebirds, but it's necessary to have a healthy gene pool in the village.
Don't be afraid, you're actually very safe now. We are here visiting the Biasha village and it's their welcoming ceremony. Now I feel like I'm a state leader.
Following the Miao tradition, they're going to offer me the ceremonial wine to welcome me. But this community is a very special group of Miao people. Generally speaking, the Miao people I've met in other parts of Guizhou are very outgoing and direct. But the Biasha people are very shy and reserved. You can tell this from the way they sing their songs. And the melody sounds very old, like some ritualistic music.
Now the gate is open. Xie xie, xie xie. Okay, I'm officially admitted.
Not quite. The welcome also includes 3 salutes. Maybe the people's reserved temperament is why the village has managed to sustain a long tradition abandoned by all the villages around. People here still carry a gun with them and strictly follow the tradition of initiation rituals. These old habits set the village apart and make it a sought-after destination in Guizhou. Walking through the huge scaffolding built in the woods, we head further into the village.
We're going up the sacred mountain now. Showing our worship to the sun, we have to walk backwards up, facing the sun.
The sun and the trees are the two things the Biasha people worship most. Ancient trees are like their gods. When a baby is born, people plant a tree, and when a person dies, they cut down that tree and bury it with the deceased in the forest. At the same time, they plant another tree so that life continues in its cyclical pattern. Biasha people believe that in each ancient tree resides the soul of one of their ancestors. They worship the trees, and in return, these souls protect their villages. The older the tree, the more powerful it is. Unless they really need to, they won't chop down the woods. People still go to the trees to pray for help at difficult times, such as when their cattle are sick. Another way to worship the trees and the sun is their dance. Today, the ancient ritual is performed to welcome the guests. What really sets the Biasha people apart is their approach to men's hair. After a boy is born, his hair can't be cut. Sometime between the ages of 7 and 15, boys must take part in an initiation ceremony to become a man. It involves cutting his hair and is usually performed by a respected shaman. When it's over, the hair is tied in a knot and boy is officially made man. He's then able to attend all the man's activities, including singing songs to girls, which means dating. This kind of hairstyle is reputed to be the oldest male hairstyle in China. Doesn't it remind you of the terracotta soldiers? Those soldiers lived 2,000 years ago, thousands of miles away. Today, anyone who's gone to work in the outside world will have to adopt the same hairstyle once he returns. The Biasha people believe they are descendants of a landing party dispatched by King Chiyu as part of the Miao people's 1,000-year-long migration from central to southwest China. Today, they are the only civilians in China who are officially allowed to carry a gun. And these are no ordinary guns. They're powder guns, muskets, that you would expect to see in museums. Each boy gets his gun from his father. He uses a temp to load the gun with powder and metal filings. It's obsolete as a weapon and has a limited capacity compared with modern equipment. Today, it's much more of a decorative object, and the Biasha men still carry the guns with great pride.
Lunchbox, tiny metal sense, stick for the gun, gunpowder, a huge knife. These are the things Biasha men take with them wherever they go. But most importantly is this powder gun. It's like their trademark. When the gun is not loaded, they put some flour in here.
There are two important people in Biasha village. One is the king of the Miao, and the other is this one, Mr. Gun Yuanliang. He's the chief of the musketeers. 所以您是火枪队长的话，是不是因为您枪打得最准呢？
哎，是啊。
您做火枪队长负责哪些事情啊？
都是我做火枪队长，都是我们的用枪，但是表演的时候，我都把这个枪我都会这个样子，把它安全。不是客人到我们这里都是刚好，不有乱来，这样子。
咱们这个使枪是这个很长的时间的那个历史了，祖上有什么规矩没有啊？
这个枪啊是原来是我的父亲、我的爸爸他们留下来给我的。但是我们这个枪，我们都不能比人，不能拿来对人，我们自己要来玩的，这样的。
这个枪现在还有人做吗？这样的枪？
现在这个没有人做了，没有人做了。
没有人做了。
While the men are all marksmen in Biasha, the women are skilled weavers and embroiderers. They spin, weave, and make their own clothes, which are not for sale in any market. The thread is spun from cotton, and the girls string them on to the loom to weave clothes. They use their own comb to comb the threads. The resulting cloth is softened and dyed over and over again. At one point, the women spread raw egg whites over the cloth and then let it dry.
When the whole procedure is complete, the cloth comes out shiny, stiff, it's even waterproof.
Biasha is just 7 kilometers from the Tongjiang County Center and right beside the road. For the past few decades, it's been really close to modern society and the outside world. Yet the villagers still insist on their old traditions. Only we don't know for how long.
Villages around here all have similar welcoming ceremony. They block the road and make you drink the wine. But here in Yuntan village, they just carry you into the village. After you drink the wine.
Yuntan village is about half an hour's drive through the mountains from the Tongjiang County Center. It's a beautiful village populated by the Dong people. There's a legend about the Yintan village that once upon a time, a poor boy fell in love with a girl from a rich family. But her family disapproved of their relationship. The girl took an urn of silver and escaped with the boy deep into the mountains. They settled down here and the village was named Urn of Silver, or Yintan. Today, to welcome tourists, the locals put on a performance worshipping the ancestors in the drum tower.
It's kind of a worship, a tribute to the drum tower and the ancestors. As guests, I got a special kind of fragrant grass. Like any Chinese, ancestors is very important.
After bowing to the drum tower 3 times, we walked in a line into the building and leave our burning incense in a small bowl. The timber construction is purely Dong architecture and the center of the community. Usually, one village has at least one drum tower.
sure, but I think it's kind of half playing and half serious. Probably in the ancient time, it's much more serious than this.
Dance seems to be such an integral part of these people's lives. We've seen dances in Kongshen, Biasha, and now in Yintan again they put up a dance to entertain the guests. It's all similar yet different. The movements and gestures in the Yintan dance remind me of their back-breaking work in the fields. Traditions are not the only things in danger of dying out here. A rare species of tree, the yew tree that's on the verge of extinction, lives here. One particular yew tree in Yintan has a special place in people's lives. Everyone in Yintan can play this game and make these moves. People climb up the tree and drape a rope over the branches to make a swing. It's all part of the universal dating process. Boys and girls swing together on the rope and check each other out. I imagine the boy always play the part of protecting the girl, but the truth is, the girls are just as brave.
你怕不怕呀？不怕。真的，你第一次玩这个是几岁啊？6岁。6岁啊？谁带你去玩的？妈。你妈妈。Wow. She said she's not afraid at all, and the first time she was on this swing is when she was 6. And guess what? It was her mom brought her over here. Oh my God. This is really a brave people.
In courtship, swinging gives way to a more civilized approach. The ancient yew tree is also the village's open-air concert hall. Sitting in a group at the foot of the yew tree, young people sing the old songs in a relaxed manner. The Dong people sing with a very romantic, gentle touch, so it's a big shift from the wild abandon they just displayed on the swing. Yintan is the last village of our trip. There are many more ancient stories and special customs yet to be discovered in these mountains and wooden homes. These have been the most obvious and striking. Take the chance to explore the lives of these people by coming here and visiting the communities yourself.
Come to southeastern Guizhou. It's a journey into a wonderland. You've got a different way to see the world and a different sense of freedom. Welcome to Travelogue again. We take you to more wonderlands around China. I'm Liu Changyu.